Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Happens to be my birthday today. 30 years old, getting old. I'm already getting white hairs. I just want to say that today's EON is brought to you by the legendary Tim Duncan. It's not a screaming thing. It might be a little later. I just want to say, especially in the NBA, the players rule and the coach is, to me, I don't even know if he's 20% of the success that the team has. Obviously, he is a part of it. And obviously, if a team wins, you have to give some credit to the coach because he was the coach of the team. And on his resume, we'll say NBA champion head coach. So Greg Popovich is obviously a Hall of Famer, but this is brought to you by the great Tim Duncan. And there are players in sports where if you say something bad about them about their sport, obviously their personal life, I'm not going to get into, where it will hit me and I might swing at you. I'm not obviously I'm exaggerating. So the people who do that would be like, oh yeah, you got to go to jail. You threaten people. I'm not threatening people, guys. Chill. I'm not threatening people. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. Chill. I'm not threatening anybody. And I'm not talking about their personal life. I'm talking about their game and how great they were. And I'll say Tim Duncan and Michael Jordan, I believe, might be the only basketball players. I think Dirk Nowitzki is one guy that people don't understand, like how good he was, and I I mean adore his game. I mean I idolize like what the guy did for the Dallas Mavericks, and I really, when you talk about help, because everybody talks about help, Dirk Nowitzki was the guy who made no excuses, zero, like literally, like wait, Josh Howard was a nice dude, but I mean, gosh, I mean, please, like he's a good player. He's a good player. I mean, he made the NBA, made a nice living, and he's much better than I will ever be. But not really. I'm not really impressed with the Mavericks roster. And in 2011, I'm not impressed with that. And there was no excuse of Dirk Nowitzki. And Dirk Nowitzki is not brought up in any conversation of the best players to ever live. And someone who's brought up a little bit is Tim Duncan. The San Antonio Spurs, I want to give him his credit. It's going to be, I'll do the Dirk Nowitzki a different day, but I'm going to do Tim Duncan, even though I just already, like, praised him like crazy. And today's going to be praising Tim Duncan. And I want to say, like, out of Wake Forest, he was a good player, very good college career, played 4 years, and I believe he played 4 years, obviously to graduate, but I believe he didn't think he was going to have this NBA career that he had, which was crazy good, like two-time MVP. I don't think won Defensive Player of the Year, but he deserved it more than he deserved it at least once to me. And you're gonna say, well, which one should you take away? I mean, I'm taking away some of Ben's. I'm really taking away Marcus Saul's. I mean, he was the guy, the San Antonio Spurs, just him putting up his hands. He knew positions. He knew to come up on defense when he put up his hand, not just put up his hand. Even though he got dunked on more than a few times, he knew to put up his hands with a 5 feet in front of the hoop, in front of the goal, not a foot behind the goal. So he was very good at positioning. He boxed out every time, and he also like knew how to understood like I'm gonna shoot less this year, or that year, later in his career to let Manu do his thing and Tony Parker do his thing. And you realize, even though they had one good year after he retired, you realize when they talked about Spurs culture and everything was about, it was an organization which you gotta give him the credit for everything. Obviously, David Robinson was a guy that didn't mind, was all about winning. But you know who was all about winning? I'll say this, like, what's his Tim Duncan, like, and he was the reason, he was the foundation of the franchise. And suddenly the Spurs way was lost after he retired. Suddenly guys knew how to complain. And when guys, I'm sure, complained with San Antonio before, but when they left the team, like Steven Jackson and stuff, they moved on. Next is off. And then but Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, things were going on. I'm not gonna say blame who, this guy or that guy. for what was going on with those guys. But suddenly, guys complained about minutes, guys complained about shots, guys complained about leadership. Tim Duncan was there. Maybe got things happen, but it was like, no, everything. The Spurs culture was Tim Duncan, and that's why they were good all those years. Not because of anyone else. And you talk about a guy, unlike a great player though, unlike the guy who played from Akron, Ohio. Yo, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili are Hall of Famers because of Tim Duncan. That's why they're in the Hall. They're going to the Hall of Fame. And obviously, great careers they had, but they're in the Hall of Fame because of Tim Duncan. And everyone's got to understand that. Bruce Bowen has a retired jersey because of Tim Duncan. Like number 12 is in the rafters because of Timmy, not David Robinson though. Kawhi Leonard was one time. I mean, he won the second time Finals MVP Toronto. Was the Finals MVP because of Tim Duncan. And you're going to say, well, Timmy didn't average that many points. He was this, he was that. Nah, everything was Timmy. The organization was Tim Duncan. And the leadership, everything was Tim. And when Tim left, suddenly everything fell. The organization did not know what they're doing. They're going to the lottery every year. They get Wemby because of it. And Wemby shows up. Tim Duncan, by the way, is a rookie. The Spurs are a great team. They I believe, lost in the second round to Utah, if I'm not mistaken. But they go to the finals in '99 in the lockout year. They win the title because of Timmy right away, basically. And then obviously the Lakers were a better team, but they're the second best team in the West all the time. And then they win titles. They didn't win back to back, but they win titles every other year 4 times. Obviously, the 5th time they won years later. But even then, like they're winning 50 games a year, and everybody goes, "Wow, the Spurs! They're always doing this. They're always this. They're always that." And you just realize it was really him. It started and everything started ended with him. Obviously, guys helped out a lot, but everybody was really disposable in those teams. I hate to be that guy, but I think it's because of Timmy. And Timmy was the guy to make excuses. This is my team. We're going to go out and win. And it was, this and that. Like, it was literally Tim. And, like, he didn't have anything fancy. He shot let's be honest, it's an ugly bank shot, but it works. He did a drive, sweeping runner across the lane. Nothing special. Just turned around, did that bank. His form was pretty ugly, but everything was him. And I just want to say that. Shout out to Timmy. Everything was because of him. And have a great day. Subscribe to my channel.